नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, ऑसिलेशन्समध्ये आज आपण शेवटचे दोन न्यूमरिकल्स बघणार आहोत, 22 नंबर आणि 23 नंबर. आज हा चॅप्टर आपला संपणार आहे. तर सुरू करूया आपण न्यूमरिकल नंबर 22. फाइंड द नंबर ऑफ ऑसिलेशन्स परफॉर्म पर मिनिट बाय मॅग्नेट व्हायब्रेटिंग इन ए प्लेन ऑफ युनिफॉर्म फील्ड ऑफ 1.6 × 10⁻⁵ वेबर पर मीटर स्क्वेअर. नंबर ऑफ ऑसिलेशन्स म्हणजे आपल्याला विचारलेलं आहे फ्रिक्वेन्सी एन, फ्रिक्वेन्सी, नंबर ऑफ व्हायब्रेशन्स पर सेकंड. आता इथं पर मिनिट विचारले ते आपण पर मिनिट कसं करायचं नंतर बघूया, पण फ्रिक्वेन्सी विचारले हे नक्की. त्यानंतर बीची व्हॅल्यू दिली आहे, बी मॅग्नेटिक फील्डची स्ट्रेंथ, मॅग्नेटिक इंडक्शन 1.6 × 10⁻⁵ टेस्ला किंवा वेबर पर मीटर स्क्वेअर. The magnet has moment of inertia I is given 3 × 10⁻⁻6 kg मीटर स्क्वेअर. kg मीटर स्क्वेअर पाहिजे, पर मीटर स्क्वेअर झालेलं आहे, ते रॉंग आहे, दुरुस्ती करून घ्यायचं आहे. अँड मॅग्नेटिक मुवमेंट, मॅग्नेटिक मुवमेंटला आपण बिग एम किंवा म्यू किंवा बिग एम दोन्हीपैकी एक काही घेऊ शकतो आपण. म्यू इज इक्वल्स टू 3 ampere meter square. So this is the given data. Now let us see how to find the number of oscillations, that is frequency. To find the frequency we have the formula for period t is equals to 1/2 pi under root I upon mb or mu b, but n is equals to 1/t, therefore n is equals to 1/2 pi under root mu b upon I. So this is that formula which we have to use to find the value of frequency n. Now let us substitute the values which are given here in this equation. 1/2 pi as it is, under root mu is how much? Mu is 3 ampere meter square and b is 1.6 × 10⁻⁵, and moment of inertia I is 3 × 10⁻⁶. So these are the given values. So 3 gets cancelled, it becomes 1/2 pi under root, this becomes 1.6 × 10⁻, this -6 when it is transferred in numerator it becomes +6, +6 - 5 it becomes +1, means 10⁻1. 1.6 × 10 is 16, so therefore n is equals to 1/2 pi under root 16, so it becomes 4/2 pi, means 4/2 × 3.142. 2 1 is 2, 2 2s are 4, so 2/3.142. If you do the number law calculations of these two numbers, then we get the answer as 0.6365 hertz, means oscillations per second. We want to find the frequency, that is n, in terms of oscillations per minute. So for 1 minute we have to multiply this 0.6365 by 60. So if you multiply this by 60, then we get the answer as 38.19 oscillations per minute, and this is our final answer. Now next numerical is number 23. Let us read this numerical number 23. A wooden block of mass m is kept on a piston that can perform vertical vibrations of adjustable frequency and amplitude. During vibration we don't want the block to leave the contact with the piston. How much maximum frequency is possible if the amplitude of vibration is restricted to 25 centimeter. In this case, how much is the energy per unit mass of the block? G is nearly equals to pi square and is nearly equals to 10 meter per second square. Okay. The first question asked is to find the value of frequency, and then energy per unit mass. To understand this numerical, let us try to draw a diagram. Suppose that here is the piston. Suppose this is the piston, and here is that block which is placed on that piston. This position is suppose mean position. This is suppose mean position. And when this block along with that piston moves up, suppose here is the top position or upper position. This is top position, extreme position. Let us call this as extreme position. This is extreme. And again it moves in the downward direction. Suppose this is the extreme position of the bottom. So mean, extreme, extreme. In this way that block moves up and down. The frequency and amplitude, they are adjustable. But here the condition is that how much should be the frequency so that the block does not lose this contact. When that block moves up and down, then which are the forces acting over here? Suppose when at the mean position, the weight of that block acts vertically downward, that is mg, and its normal reaction n which acts vertically upward, normal reaction n. This is the situation at mean position. Similarly, when the block is at extreme position, also there is a weight mg which is acting vertically downward, as well as the normal reaction n which acts vertically upward. Similarly, at the extreme position of bottom, there is an weight mg and normal reaction n. Now, when the block is at upper position, then there is a restoring acceleration which acts in the downward direction. Acceleration is in the downward direction. And when the block is at the bottom position, bottom extreme position, that restoring acceleration acts in the upward direction because it tries to bring the block back to its mean position. So this is the situation of that oscillation. Now when that block moves at the top position, and when it reaches to the from that top extreme position, when it comes back to its mean position, suddenly then this block may leave that piston. But how much should be that possible frequency, maximum frequency at which the block does not lose that contact? This is the question here. Now, if you see carefully, at mean position, number one, at mean position, n is equals to mg. At upper extreme position, upper extreme or top extreme position, how will you write such mathematical equation over there? Here, if you see carefully, that acceleration ar and that mg, they are in the same direction, and that normal reaction n is in the upward direction. So mg is greater than n. So we can write here as mg is greater than n. So mg minus n is equals to the total force, and that total restoring force is mass into acceleration m into ar. So this becomes, if you solve this, then we can write this as n is equals to mg minus m into ar. This is the situation here. mg minus mar. So let us write this in here. N is equals to mg minus mar. We know formula for acceleration, centripetal acceleration, or that acceleration which is towards mean position, is mg minus m into omega square a. Omega square a is the value of acceleration. Now a is the amplitude here, omega is angular frequency or angular velocity. Omega is nothing but 2 pi n, therefore mg minus m into 4 pi square n square into a. This is the formula for n. Now important thing is that when the frequency is maximum, at maximum frequency, the value of this n, that is normal reaction, becomes equals to 0, and that mg and that ar becomes dominant. N becomes 0 so that it will not lose contact. Therefore 0 is equals to mg minus m into 4 pi square n square a. This can be written as m into 4 pi square n square a is equals to mg. This m and this m gets cancelled. Now we want to find the frequency n. Therefore n square is equals to g divided by 4 pi square a. To find the value of n, let us take the square root on both sides. So n is equals to under root g upon 4 pi square a. Now let us put the values which are given to find the value of this frequency. Here one important thing which is given is that g is nearly equal to pi square, and that is nearly equal to 10 meter per second square. So this g and this pi square, they have the same values. Therefore n is equals to under root g is nearly equal to 10, 4, pi square is also nearly equal to 10, and amplitude a, which is 25 centimeter. So we can convert this 25 centimeter into meter, is becomes equals to 25 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, means 0.25 meter. So in short, the amplitude a is 0.25 centimeter, means 0.25 meter, means 1 by 4 meter. So let us put this value of amplitude a, which is 1 by 4 meter. So amplitude is 1 by 4. This 10 gets cancelled, this 4 and this 4 gets cancelled, so everything gets cancelled, remains root 1. So finally here we get the value of frequency n as 1 hertz. So here the frequency is 1 hertz. The first answer is completed. Now the second question is energy per unit mass. We know the formula for total energy is equals to 1/2 m omega square a square. So omega is 2 pi f, therefore E is equals to 1/2 m. Omega square means 4 pi square n square. Omega is 2 pi n into a square. We want to find the value of energy per unit mass. So energy per unit mass is equals to, this m is transferred in the denominator to left side, 2 1 is 2, 2 2s are 4, so 2 pi square n square a square. Put the values which are given. 2 into pi square is 10, n is 1, 1 square is 1, into amplitude is 1 by 4, 1 by 4 square is 1 by 16. So 2 1 is 2, 2 8s are 16, so we get answer as 10 by 8. Now if you solve this, it becomes 5 by 4 means 1.25 joule per kg. So this is the second answer, that is energy per unit mass. So in this way we completed all the exercise numericals which are unsolved, and we will going to conduct the test on the same topic, that is oscillation, and I will declare it later on. Okay, thank you.